Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Saving the Tang Let's Play here in CK3. Now last time we got the party started, we enjoyed our feast, and we started befriending most of our court. We fixed the council members, so now they're at least all decent and capable, and now we are just gonna let the time fly and figure out what events will pop up and we'll respond accordingly. We'll definitely do more of these. Let's see where the land is given. It's okay. Over here. Perfect. Well, performing duties. Another secret. Our concubine. Another non-believer. No big deal. %0 chance. Let's not force it. Another failed swing. We are not changing his support on the movement because we don't want to spend our influence there. Our influence is actually quite limited. Lifestyle perk level up. Awesome. So I want to get the architect as quickly as possible, mainly because I want popular figurehead. Popular opinion plus 50 is massive. We also are starting to get some hooks. If we need money, this will be one way we can get paid, by cashing out on those hooks. And then there are other options. I mean, we have so many tributaries and so many vassals. This will be a huge boost for us. But in the meantime, I think we will do this. Continue to build up our development, which is still 30. Takes quite a while to level that up. And then we'll pick this up when we get our next level. I don't know if we need both points. I believe we might be able to just grab it by having one side. If not, then we're 2 points away from this. This doesn't really matter to me. Land ownership as the emperor, I don't feel that's a big deal, although we are getting some new domains. We started with just Chan and we picked up some land. I don't know how we picked it up, but we did pick it up. One of our vassals. Advancement movement. The provincial administration to metropolitan. The empire is as strong as its weakest city. Okay, let's see. So vassal contract. Advancement is my preference too. Feels like this is something that's greatly beneficial to us. I just need to know what our current contract is. Like, what are we switching it from? That's my question. I'm not sure what the current one is, but it looks like we gain a trait on the vassal contract. On his vassal contract, just his own. Tax multiplier goes up by 5%. Monthly merit per total tax paid to... He gains merit based on the tax he pays us. He gets more domain taxes. He gets development growth. Lose a little bit of control. Increase his efficiency based on his diplomacy. It feels amazing just for the advancement movement. I'm going to look at the before and after. Not this, but we want to pull up so many buttons. We want to pull up this menu. We're 95. Let's see if this goes up. Not quite. More secrets. Oh, this one is for my vassal. Another cheating man. Wait. It's not any girl. He's sleeping with another official's wife. This one actually might be useful to know. Okay, you can continue that. Yeah, this has not changed. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it felt like it was a good move. And these messages, the children that was born, 2 of them from the previous episode were not our concubines that got pregnant, are basically our relatives' wives who got pregnant, and we still get to name them. So we got to pay attention to whose kid is it. And as people has mentioned to me in the comment section that I can use this to check on my official wife, who we did assign the first episode. So we do have a Huanghou, or an empress. She has not given us any kids, and her stats are not amazing by any means. Some of the concubine that we have picked up from our Keeper of Harem have been a lot better in terms of, you know, having unique traits that we might pass on. But so far, our kids have struck out in getting any of those traits. So we'll still focus on our eldest son. As a matter of fact, we did find an excellent young lady in our previous episode who is similar age, from a decent clan, and has the beautiful trait. She's got a little older. I think last episode when we saw her, she was a little bit younger, or maybe it's not her, but she now has compassion and feels like a great match for our son. So let's set this up. He will be losing prestige because she obviously cannot match the Emperor's household, but who really can. And let's set up this marriage. They're more than happy to say yes to that. We have a new dangerous faction. Ooh. This one has grown quite strong. For once, we have a Peasant Rebellion that's forming. We'll get an ultimatum in 12 months, and we'll see what we do here. It's basically all the peasants from the different... They want lower county control? That is not something we will be doing. The Red Turban Rebellion. I wonder if these are sort of randomly generated to have different colored Turban Rebellion. He might have forgotten to dye his turban. He's a duke, you say. The Red Turban Rebellion Duke. Yes, for those who are familiar with the Three Kingdom history, we had yellow turbans, and Red Turban was actually a rebellion later on too. Alright, so we got our son engaged. We'll do more of these. Relationship between houses, vassals declaring wars. Our wife has fallen. Okay, so this will play a role. That kid should actually get the inheritance. Although Li Xuan's already our oldest, it's just the game doesn't have him set with any wives, so I don't know how he's gonna inherit the throne, because historically he's the one. I think it's still the hammer. Yep, we're gonna pass on the hammer. Oh, this is our Li Xuan's mom, who we made into a concubine. She has given birth to another son. Okay. And this one, also nothing standing out. Do we deviate from our naming scheme? I guess we should. His brother is Li Xuan. Let's call you Li Zong. And what does that do? I did not play the Wondering. More secrets? Another non-believer? We're getting a lot more wars. Okay, he has been swayed. We're mainly targeting these two. It has gone well, and everyone kind of like us, so the situation looks fine. Waiting for this hit 250. We do have a bit of cash on hand. Let's do more of this. Transfer titles. Yeah, as you can see, we actually did pick up some new land, which we can maybe build on, but I want to focus just on Chan for now. The only other piece of territory that I might be interested in picking up is the eastern capital, which is Luoyang. We don't control this. I actually don't know how we can get our hand on this. They have a holy site. This is, I mean, they could have picked a historical building. Baima Si, the White Horse Temple, would make a lot of sense. One of the oldest temples in Luoyang and in all of China as a, you know, government-sanctioned Buddhist temple. Was around when the Han Dynasty was around. It was burned down by Dong Zhuo when he burned down the city, but then rebuilt by Cao Pi when Wei was founded. Do I want to go to university? Let me take a look at the decisions, because or maybe activities first. We should do things like examinations. We can start with a local examination. We get legitimacy, which we need to get to rank 7. So it's very cheap as well. Let's host a local round of examinations. These should happen every year, but I guess here's 3 years. May recruit a highly skilled character. Sounds great. Notify me when it's available again. I guess for us, it would just be here, right? That's local for us. The intent, what else can it be? Oh, favoritism. Okay. So basically we favor our own dynasty members, or we just look for talent. I mean, let's look for talent. The entrants are limited to a modest crowd. Large scale examination, 25 cost. We'll learn more legitimacy. That's what we want. The passing grade is regular, eliminating an expected amount. Legitimacy on completion is unaffected. Extreme grade, very high. You'll learn a lot more legitimacy on completion, eliminating a lot of entrants. Let's make it strict. The goal is for us to get more legitimacy and also find top tier talent. So I think this is fine. I guess these are all the people local to it, including some imperial princes will show up for the exam. Good luck to them. No favoritism here. I wonder how many of the 29 will pass. It is very hard to pass the exam. I mean, if it's a local round, it shouldn't be that bad. We have 285 in our pocket. Do we want to upgrade the villa? That is a good question too. Depending on how much we want to spend on different activities. And then if we want to build up on Chang'an a bit more, there's definitely the potential to add more buildings. He doesn't believe there'd be any more here. Okay, so we'll change a few things with our... I still want him to do this, but maybe look for it in Henan, where Luoyang is. We'll see who's there. Maybe we can get some useful hooks for the future. Domestic affairs, very important. Yeah, I think most of these are fine. There's not much to change here. How are those factions? Yeah, this one's still growing. Our concubine has given birth to a daughter who is barren. That's fine. We've been using An for all the girls. And we'll call her... Trying to come up with good names here. Do we want to have the fact that she's barren involved in this? Maybe not, it's too cruel for a girl. Anping. Wish her safe and a long life. Doesn't matter if it's by herself. We have more pregnancies and more kids. We'll have so many kids. Another princess. I mean, finding marriage partners for them would be fun. I'm sure we can improve a lot of house relationship this way. Another daughter, so another aunt. Nothing special about her, so let's do... Anting. 30 days, okay. Getting it ready. He swung the power again. I can't do anything about this. I'm glad his family is getting stronger. I think this is where it will stop. Yeah, currently this is a 10. That's the balance. I guess resisting it is not really going to help us that much. I mean, good for him. Different one. She wants to travel. Okay, the travelers that he has a... That's considered inspiration? She wants to go to Burma. I guess being unmarried, Zhang Yichao, who has passed away. How about you give us a husband and we will let you leave? Someone useful. I'm gonna look for like high learning. Potentially we can add them to our... That's a nice combination. I mean, this is to our courtiers later. Sounds good. Let's do this first, and then we'll consider letting you go to Burma. I'm assuming it's not going to be cheap either. Unless she's funding it herself, then we definitely approve. Okay, so we got that. Let's go take a look at our cost for this. I have to fund her 96 gold so that she can have a vacation in Burma. What do I get for this, though? Aside that she likes me a bit more. No, no thanks. We have other uses for our money for sure. Like, I'd rather upgrade the villa if that's the case. Alright, let's see how this examination work. I mean, we're doing a local examination in the capital. It's kind of weird, but that's a lot of influence. We should have been doing this a little bit more then, if we want to use our influence on the matter of preserving our dynasty. A pleasant smell of fresh cake cuts through the potent mix of sweaty entry and dusty squirrels that pervade. It's not going to smell good. It's not going to cut through anything. Everyone's in this little box. You literally sleep in it. You pee in it. You poop in it. You eat in it for a couple days as this exam goes on. I brought you this humble gift from my home province. So a promising entrance trying to give us food. That is not how you do things here. Box of rosewood with bone inlays, the source of mouth-watering smell. So we give him a advantage, and we get a weak hook on him. He'll like us a bit more. We de-stress by eating it. So we have to eat it. There's no option where we don't eat it. Okay, so he already likes us. +7, that's fine. He is not anyone, but the exam's purpose is to let anyone have a shot. I like the fact I can get a hook on him, but he's poor. I think this is the best choice. Nothing? Masterful bow technique. Although shooting the bow is considered one of the 6 arts that Confucius preached as any scholar should learn, it's not part of the exam. In any case, there's a scoreboard. Wow, this is like a sporting event. Can't help but to wonder what manner candidates might try their hand at the examination. The 4 ways of selecting official. Appearance, rhetoric, calligraphy, and judgment. Okay. So same lifestyle, we gain prestige. Virtuous traits of our religion. We gain piety. Don't care and de-stress. I don't really have a place to spend the piety right now. I think I'll take the extra prestige, even though we have more prestige right now. Come back to my court. I have a feeling that my court's going to have secrets. They just need to develop a bit more. A bribe in hand. So this is all about us getting bribed for hosting this thing. Let's see. Receiving benefit. Okay, I mean, cheating historically is a huge and common thing in the merit exam. It happens at every level, and it's a constant battle between those who host the exam and those who attend the exam. His pouch appears stuffed brimming with coin. Okay, just because he has money. Now, when you enter, they search you. To the extreme level, some will be a completely naked strip search. You would not be found with coins in your pocket once you're in. He loses money, it goes to the state. Okay, he gets imprisoned. We gain dread, which might keep people. I mean, we can be one who's feared, but right now I think we will be loved. He's removed as the prefect. Seems like a terrible way to go down. We let him continue. We de-stress because we're arbitrary. He doesn't even have 50. I guess he goes negative. I don't think I would need to do this. It's like, what, 2 months of our treasury? No big deal. Let him continue. And test takers are stressed out while we have ourselves another son. Li Xiu. This is not a concubine. This could be the one who take over. What shall we call you, huh? I think we'll stick with if we do the X theme again. Let me see. How many of our sons do we have already? We have Li Xuan. Do we have Li Xi or Li Xi? Li Xing. Li Zong. We have more. This is the one we haven't named it. Li Xiu. Alright, Li Xu it is. There we go. We can maybe do like Li Xue next, that's about it. Okay, a little bit of prestige at the end. She's getting practice. She's gonna be an expert soon. She has great learning. And she's a party goer too. Oh, what happened to her? Can we... Is it a good sign that our doctor's husband dies of illness? At least she's... Okay, he's getting treated well. Okay, that is a good sign. No, keep looking. Maybe there's none right now, but there might be a good chance for more. More pregnancies, stronger faction. How much stronger are we talking about here? Ah, this is gonna be a big one. We gain another 120 influence, 127 legitimacy. This is an amazing event, and we succeeded. Okay. Let's see. The extreme grade restriction awarded an extraordinary amount of merit to a small number of entrants. Wait, I thought we had a huge guest list. 51 passed? That's ridiculously high. This is the game's definition of extreme. Okay, so like historically speaking, like we're not even talking about like the local level examination. Like you go to like provincial level, you have thousands of people taking this test and maybe like 30 of them pass. And then the 30 or so from 3 years, because the national ones hosted every 3 years. So maybe like say 100 from this province over the course of 3 years. And then you have other provinces and regions. And then they go to the capital. And maybe you have like 100 people that ultimately sort of pass to have a chance to take the exam in front of the final step in front of the emperor. And then at that point, like you have the top 3 that gets named, and then the rest. Like it's such a small ratio that gets there. Okay, but do we get a chance to like interact with these fellows? Like, good for your clan. Still knife. Keep taking tests. You'll get there. Alright, so we do have some dangerous factions. I don't really know how to deal with them right now. I think we have to wait till the rebellion happens and then we basically put it down. I feel we are decently strong. I'm not too concerned about it being a big issue. As long as we have cash, I think we can take care of anything. Ah, our brother failed. That's only normal. Your learning's 2. What do you expect? Why go embarrass yourself? We finally have the influence. That one event gave us so much influence. We are going to go into our options here. I want to make the favored era into advancement. Increase the power. So this is what we increased last time by 100. This is not the points, but this does make it more powerful for the group that supports this, I guess. I mean, not really. This wouldn't change. $130 now. This is still progressing, but as long as we beat them to it, we're all good. So now, once we get to about 100 points, we can 110 points, I think. We can maybe ask our Grand Chancellor to support our movement as well, join our movement. Did I get to the point where we leveled up our legitimacy? Not there yet. We still need so much. Representation, your right to rule. There's expectations, and they expect us to be perfect. 5 legitimacy level, and 1 illegitimate bottom level. Wait, why would we have 7 then? I guess this might be celestial thing. I mean, I kind of understand what it does. I don't think it's that difficult. Just that we got to get it up. And I think we come back to activities. The local one's done. We can do the capital one. Gives legitimacy. We can do inspections later on. Should we bother to try to improve our own character by going to a university? Hunting also gives legitimacy, and sounds a lot of fun for our character. But before we do that, we might want to have a character supervisor of the hunt. I mean, the options are not that useful, I guess. Reduces stress gain by regular, and this is just more prestigious and potentially dangerous. And max one sighting every 3 years. We do have some excellent option. Our champion with high prowess and high learning skill combination. He likes us. Should be fine. Let's just do the regular games at this point. And then we're gonna go enjoy ourselves a hunt before we run more matters of the state. Glory Hound. Oh, there's a group of vassals who are Glory Hound. They support people who do this type of stuff. Trophy artifact from our hunt. Legend seed. I guess we have to hunt down a legendary creature for this. Legitimacy is what we're after. Hunter trait will be nice. Stress loss was excellent. And prowess. I guess it doesn't hurt. Ooh. This was also not around when I last played. So we get hunter experience. There's 2 different lines of hunting skills. Okay. This is a storeship, learning, prestige, court opinions. Prowess, learning, health boost, glory hound. Courtly vassal opinion. I feel like this might be better for us. And also I've never experienced this. Ah. We will have to travel for this. If we go back to regular hunt, well, even this is no good. Okay, so the terrain is not by the type of hunt. I mean, these are far. I'm having second thoughts about this. I feel like we just stick to this. We got a good amount of legitimacy last time for this, and it's cheap. Okay. Yeah, because we were focusing on changing it to advancement, our strategy is not that we want to expand the borders of Tang. I think our first step is just to make the land itself more efficient. And then we'll probably, as the advancement dies out, go into the next tension. We can then maybe have a future leader bounce it back to expansion, or could be many generations down, for example, but then we can try to expand. Right now we do the most basic one. Yes, that is our capital. Sons of Our Fathers perk. What tree is this in? And we're not traveling. So we cannot do this. But it's fine. I mean, I would like more legitimacy for sure. If I just quit this real quick. Just curious. Would that be in learning? Son of Our Father. Negative? Diplomacy? I don't see it here either. I doubt it's in Marshall, given that it's exam related. Just curious what we had. Unless it's not a lifestyle perk, but a dynasty perk? I mean, either case, we'll do what we can do and be happy about it, which is scout talent. Same thing. Make it super difficult. Reason why this costs so much? When they told me the base cost was potentially 40? We're only adding 25 more. So basically they lied to us about the base cost. We can afford it. I mean, we're sitting pretty comfortably and I do want to get legitimacy up. Okay. This old man is gonna love us too much. We're gonna switch this up. They're all good. I'm now thinking about... Our son loves us. What about our wife? What about not only liking us, but loving us? Becoming soulmates. We can start with seduce and become our lover. Yes, you can be lovers with your wife. What's wrong with that? Well, the most correct way. Let me cancel this out normally. It would squeeze this one off, which I still want to go on. So let me just get this. And then this can go and be right there. Perfect. Still no? Okay. I mean, I'm glad there's no secret in my court, but I don't really have a better task for you right now. This swing also worked. He's at 88. Does it make it any easier for you to say, ooh, what happened here? He became the leader of the movement. Or else this would have been -1. That's a change. Well, then I think the solution is we wait till he dies. Alright, we're gonna abandon this one. He's ready. Have very high opinions of us. Almost all of them like us. The ones that do not like us, we can try to sway. We ordered this by military strength, so I'm assuming that's going to be the most useful people for us. We have a little bit of dread from arbitrary. Not the worst thing in the world. We can be hated, you know. We got a tribute payment. That was an easy one. We didn't get any events for that. We just... 6 months before it begins. A lot of people are traveling. Is a capital one. Makes sense. It is growing, but we're still pretty far away from where it needs to be. The money... Was it taken out of... treasury? Because my personal wealth did not go down, and because it didn't go down... I kind of want to... Oh, this is another thing where we can spend our influence. It's kind of expensive. So this is kind of our family's attribute. Essentially, Confucian principles of sorts. I like this one. We're currently righteous. We're righteous level 1. It's very good for exam taking. And powerful family members who are governors get more salary. I don't think this makes sense for the Li clan. Like, if the developer can change this... Like, the Emperor's clan should not have this one. Like, any of the other bonuses... I mean, this one kind of makes sense for honor. Rituals also make sense. Kind of what I want at this point, because of the feast bonus. We don't have to pay our own money for feasting. We can use the treasury. I think this is, like, on point for Li Cui. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. So, 250 to swap. I have a lot of use for influence. We have to find ways to get more influence. I think the only thing I can do... There's a couple positions that give influence. This position, for example, if we have excellent characters, we don't. That's the thing. We get one extra one, which is double what we currently have. Maybe it's worth it. I mean, the main thing... He has good learning skills. Merit level's high. He's just busy ruling, which is holding him back a little bit. It's contradicting, right? Because, like, are we going to have a high merit character who's not in one of the positions? Probably not. All right, he also likes us. I think we do appoint him here. It does double our influence gain, which is huge. Yeah, we just can't find a good one. I mean, +3/+3/+3 is not bad. But if we can get an excellent one, +5 all around, I think we'll wait for that. Aside from stat boost, this doesn't do too much for us. A renown boost. Costs our own money for this. Courtier and guests like us a little bit more. Popular opinion +10. Development 20%, huh? And it costs the treasury money. I think our piety is fine. I'm a little conflicted about the faith situation as well. Like, I don't know if we should really switch our faith to maybe like Jingxue, which would match a little bit better. It's not a huge deal, so I think it's fine. Any other position that might give us more influence? This renown's good too. And legitimacy loss protection. And we have an excellent... he's our musician, which we don't want to use. The parties have to be good. Not bad. 0.07, 0.1, 30% less. And then instead of 25%, we are getting 20%. I don't think it's terrible. He does like us too, so I feel he's kind of old. That's the only thing. Yeah, he has really, really good stats. I'm going to pass on this right now. Not happy with the choices. Ooh, we got an excellent one. What do we get here? Stress loss. No. He could randomly become inspired, which is kind of cool. Write poems. But not really what we're after. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with getting a little bit of extra. 2.2. It's a big growth. Our concubine. Yeah, we have Li Xue left, and I think we're pretty much out of X names. We're gonna have to move on to a different letter. We already started with Z, so we can maybe continue that. Alright, since it looks like our money is flowing, we're gonna upgrade this to a manor so that we get more building slots. It's not that expensive. Oh, I mean, relative to what we have. We double our income, and you can see here we also get 0.5 extra influence, which is another thing we're really looking for. And let's do it. Yeah, the money should go away right away, so I don't think this is on delay. I think this is spending treasury money. I just didn't pay attention to it. No, keep it up. Someone's gonna make... What are you doing, buddy? I guess they're all in this pose, but it does not look good. Alright, what's the new inspiration? You making a new song for me? He wants to go to Burma as well. Can you guys tell me what's in Burma? Steal the hammer. Doesn't make sense for an emperor to hold a hammer. Like an axe would be a lot better. Because axes, at least in ancient China, were a projection of power. Some infighting, none of our business really. Well, when's any time? Yeah, I don't know why we're impatient about a peasant rebellion. It's not going to be pretty, but we should be able to handle it. This is growing so slowly, right? It's 2 per month to get to 100. So in 50 month, we get like 1 extra point of development. I mean, development's strong, so it's slow to grow, even though we've been trying pretty hard to get it to grow. I think I'm interested in building this too, but right now I don't want to spend too much money. We went with whatever. I mean, the cost reduction for Feast is great. Extra income is great. That was the logic behind that. There's another option similar to that we can go for. Basically a feasting capital, right? That's what we're going for. It came with it. Makes sense. We have a lot of heavy cavalry. We haven't stationed them, but if we want to, this would make sense. We haven't picked a duchy building. Most likely going to go income heavy. Development plus 0.2, or do we get a percentage boost? Examination hall, cheaper to host this. We're going to do this pretty often. Influence boost, lots of money, takes a long time to build. This might be what we want. This makes sense in the capital too. So that's probably a goal in the future when we have like 400 or 500 sitting around. There's the ultimatum. We got our first peasant rebellion. Wouldn't be the Tang Dynasty in the later periods without these. So we can lose 68 legitimacy. All of their county factions will lose control by 75, which is massive, and they get autonomy. Or we start a war. It still will lose control. I mean, we have a rebellion. Let's have a war. Alright, rally the troops. My question is, one, where is this army? They're all over. Nice. So basically based on their population, they're all over. Do I have to be the one fighting them? Because that's basically going to be spending my own money to fight, I believe. If I raise my troops. If I use other people's troop, I think it's coming from this. That's the logic. I think that would make sense. But they're so scattered. And their man-at-arms are torchbearers and pikemen militia. So I don't think we're that worried about that part. Do they have a capital for us to take to get the... I don't want to run too many units. Let's see. Let's see if I remember how to summon units individually. There should be like a rallying point I can do. If I click this... I might have made a mistake. Because I don't want them to have that many units. That's the examination event, I think. Right, there's gonna be the supply limit in each location as well, and we're only facing off against such a small group. They are in the mountains. Ah, rally points. Yeah, raise local army, raise all men arm here. Okay. It's 60 per group. That's too much. So I guess we'll be fighting this ourselves? I feel like this was the wrong click. They will... Let's see if I can... I need to split them eventually, I believe. I'll let it run a little. Alright, war waits for no men. Let's see. Yeah, all the places are under siege by peasants. Oh, whether we want to cancel it. No, we'll continue to host this. The Empire is fine. How do I get them to stop gathering? Okay, it's not gonna be that bad. It's gonna be just 1,900. That's okay. I guess we'll just use the whole group. It's gonna be overpriced and a little bit expensive, but I think it's gonna be okay. Yeah, that's the degree of war. Yeah, it's been a while since I've... Oh, that is not what we want to see. Because I'm pretty sure... While the local supply limit here in the capital is high, that is not the case everywhere else. You can see this is only 4,000. They're already over the limit. So we're gonna need to split this army up for sure. Even then, we might need to split it up a little bit more. Where's the interface for me to... the second army's here. Getting more supplies. First army needs to be split off again. We're running the treasury cache for this. Okay, not my purse. I'm actually pretty happy about that. $2,000 troops. We'll let the gathering finish, I guess. Kind of big as well. Split in half again. Okay, first army. There's rebellion over here. Mostly in the south. Anything in the north? Oh, there are also ones in the north. Okay. Second army's kind of big too. Split that off. Did I make this group too small? Maybe not. Third army. Goes here. Crush this one quickly. Alright, I think that's what we're going to do with the different assignments there. If we can capture him, murder wouldn't be the thing. Giant peasant. Okay. We should win these fights easily. We're just much better at it. If the bigger numbers we have to watch out for. There we go. Because I'm worried about this group coming down. So I'm gonna group these together. He can take care of this himself. Our building has finished. Which means we get a new slot. I think this is important. I want the shrine. The influence is also really good, but there's no money on this. So I think that comes later. We want to spend money to make money at this point. The construction times are relatively fast here, so I don't know if I need this. I think we start with the herbal hall. It's also quite cheap. Keep looking. It's a bigger group, but you're not going to get much help. What if we just focus on the northern ones first and then we do the southern ones later? That could be an option, actually. I I think it's key that we don't take any losses. I think that's one thing. And there's one big group there. They should have reinforcements afterwards. Alright, these two are getting there. 2,200-ish. With another 1,000 on top. Yeah, we'll crush all the northern rebels, and then come back to the capital, and then crush the southern ones. Oh, this is very programmatic. It's kind of far. I don't know if I want to take care of that. Maybe we do spend a little bit of influence and let the locals deal with it. I mean, the main issue is to drain our treasury. Did not pick up a trait. Which is actually a pretty standard princess title. Alright, the examination continues. We don't care there's a war. People still need to study. And let this start. 30 right off the bat, just like before. People with the same lifestyle, we get prestige, we get piety. We don't need really de-stressing here. We got prestige last time. I think we still get prestige this time. Alright, turn this off. We got more important things to look at. We got volunteers! Yes! Thank you, Minister of War. Do your job. So if we look at the war now... Okay, hold on. Too many events. Relax, 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 relax. Another sweet. No, I don't want to see his clan. I want to see his land. Circuit of... Oh, he's in the north. I'd prefer it if a southerner would have joined us, but okay, anyways. Another fresh cake. Same event. I'm a little disappointed by this. Who are you, by the way? Do we care about you? Yuan family, but low-born Yuan family. Ready like us? I guess of all the options, it would be to get a hook. Alright, back to our battles. He has one. They have cleaned up here. They're going for that one. We have cleaned up here. That's the army that was raised. There's one small group here. Alright, so because of the situation right now, let's go over here. I don't need you to go north anymore either. We'll team up against this group and we'll start cleaning up the southern ones as well. Oh, this one's new. Let's see. As expected, with large number of entrant, a number of low-born attempts to rise to the occasion. Who appears to be locking a heated argument with two nobles. He Rang is his name, despite his rugged demeanor. Well, so ever since the reign of Wu Zetian, there was a move to implement sort of a hiding away of names. Essentially, you do your exam by yourself, and then when you're done, you turn in your paper. And before the graders come in to take a look at your paper, it goes to a group of people whose job is to cover up the name. So what they would do is they would take like a strip of paper, for example, they would glue it to the exam paper, sealing away where you sign your name, where you can't see it at all. And then they present the paper anonymously to the graders to prevent the graders from, looking at the name and be like, oh, this one's from the Tsui clan. Let's grade him a little bit better. because, you know, it's an important clan. And these steps were meant to kind of help commoners have a chance to rise to the top. Because the biggest thing that the examination system did was open a social ladder for the commoners to have a chance. I mean, obviously not all commoners have the resources to study, which is very expensive, but at least it provided an avenue to rise to the top. And things like this idea is real, like to, you know, bring someone's name to the emperor so that they know to keep their eyes on them. Well, that is a weird fan for us to be using. Tang Dynasty, would that style fan exist? The foldable fan, although very, you know, prevalent in popular media, it's not exactly strictly Chinese. I think it's like there's a lot of Japanese influence in that particular style of fan. I mean, obviously it became quite commonplace later on in China, but in the earlier period, like maybe Tang Dynasty would have it, but like if you see it presented in like Han Dynasty, it makes no sense. It just did not exist. He gets more stuff. He joins the exam. So instead of making someone special, we just say everyone's equal. He still joins. We don't give him a bonus, but we get legitimacy, which please give it to us. How's the war going? That is looking good. I want this group to take care of this group by themselves, which I think, oh, it's not a good choice. Okay, then we come down here, wait for their win, and then we group together. I think that's the play. Yeah, make sure we don't have any missteps here. Oh, there's two different armies. Let's make sure we have both of them going. Really nothing? Okay, I'm gonna send him on. You know what? Let's play darts with our kingdom. Let's just say, usually always a mess somewhere in Shandong. They're going there. Yeah, make sure we get both. I hope they don't intercept us. But even if they do, we should be ready. Man acts on his best behavior in the face of authority. So as the Huangdi, I need to catch my subject unaware in order to find out who is decent, who is simply a liar. We dress in a simple robe, hiding in the crowd to form a more accurate reading of the entrant. And then we find the gentleman Yuan Qi standing out as a promising figure, as he easily recites passages from classic to a rap audience, and we're drawn by him. We just say it's better. Pretty high learning. It is impressive, but it doesn't mean we need to treat him any different. I think we can easily gain a little bit more stats for ourselves. We got victory after victory and after victory. Actually, let's dismiss these so we don't have the pop-up anymore. I like this representation though. Like Peasant Rebellion wars like this for the Tang Empire. It's not that they were losing the fights. I mean, there were some I mean, Huang Chao's rebellion, for example, they were losing the fight. But it was just a huge drain on the economy. Alright, I want these two to come down here. Right, and then I think we grabbed him with the extra searches. Okay, we have them going to the right places. Oh, fabrication hook. Ah, this is a very common form of cheating, where you bribe the examiner. This might be a good time to do this, given that we're burning cash. I think we want them to group up together first. I'm not sure about the supply limit, but they do have supplies themselves, so even if we burn through some of that supplies, I think it'll be fine. Super close, huh? They actually have better man-at-arms? Oh, this is their main army, perhaps. Commanded by ruler. Okay. I think there's a few things we can do. We can get... I believe... there's a position that should give us extra knights. Okay, this improves the effectiveness of the knights. Advantages when commanding our army. We're not going to be commanding our army, unfortunately. Better pursuit on the army. Wait, how is she so good at this? This is going to be helpful. I could have sworn there was a position that gives more knights. This is on Liege, though. This doesn't really help our armies on the field. Oh, this is also on Liege. This... but on Liege might be... okay, it might actually help. It might be for all our armies. Not just like the one I'm leading. I wish he was better at this. He's 80 though. So if he dies on the job, I don't have to revoke him. That's not the one I'm thinking of for sure. No, that's actually pretty good too, but she's our... oh, let's do it. Let's give our children a teacher, because I'm not going to be able to mentor everyone. Oh, wow. Every month? That's huge, too. He's gonna get so much stress. Poor guy. Let's do this one. I think this one's probably a little bit better. Okay, I don't think I have a way to make that fight better. We just have to hope the dices go our way. Oh. We lost a few champions. Wait, it's not like we're not allowing them. We can do an invite. We have the resources for this, that's fine. He's our champion. He's our champion. Go be a champion. Yeah. And now we have 9. There we go. We can still invite better people and then, you know. We should have also unmarried people that we can use if we're really desperate. The second. Lose 1 level of fame. Definitely not. We'll have a second rebellion. The Red Turbans. They're representing the Yellow tradition. Let's see. I'm guessing these are all in the south too. The examiner's nodding off in front of the entrance. Very embarrassing. That's fine. Feel bad for all the test takers, but it will continue. They're getting some wins. They're occupying regions. They captured Dongguan. I mean, if we can capture the leader, I think we can finish the war just off of that. So this battle here is actually pretty key. We should have sent more people up here if I knew that was the case. Ooh, this new fight has troops right on our borders. Okay, if that's the case... Okay, this is going to be all we can do here. The sock was filled with answers. That's nothing. That's nothing. There are so many more ways to cheat on this type of thing. Redeem himself, we get a hook. We imprison the examiner who failed this. Kind of arbitrary bonus. Let them work it out. He gains 5 opinion. Governor gains 5 opinion. Sure, work it out. I'm not worried about that right now. Our first child raising moment. We're ready to look stressed. Asking me for a toy boat for a long time. I told him I would get one for him in 3 months if he displays more focus in his studies. He responded that he was fine with his current dedication to his studies, reward or no reward. Oh, stubborn boy. Gets content? That is one way to live life for sure. Drop intrigue, get learning, stress-free life, opinions of liege, opinion of vassal. Kind of like this. We can gain stress to change it to fickle. No thanks. Trusting as an emperor. Not sure if that's any better. You can stay content. All right. Engaging. Second group goes in. Third group goes in. Potential warriors. It costs us money to hire them too. Let's see. You are 12 points. 18 points, 42 years old. 15 gold, sure. 17 learning. All right, he's been here for a bit. This is the 16. Only 10. Okay. What about you? Alright. Spend a bit of money, grab a few characters. So the advantage is on our side. It'd be a bunch of dice rolls. It's looking good. Swing back. This examination is not done. Let's see. The highest entrant, Junction Wei. Okay. He gains a big bonus. We lose a little bit of stress that we have. We gain a lot of legitimacy. That's exactly what we're looking for. He doesn't really like us that much, but that's fine. Let's do it. Alright, back to the task at hand, winning this fight. Ooh, the advantage swings so hard. But I think we're going to win this one. Wait. Oh, we're supposed to impart some wisdom. Talk about Duke of Min. We gain 50 renown, which is pretty cool. The Odes of Tea. They gain a little bit more, but we gain... Wait, we increase our legitimacy. Is it because we're just that much short? No, we just automatically bump? Celestial. That's what we want. So do we want our examiners to get prestige and 25 opinions, or do we want them to get lifestyle points? Definitely one of these. Oh man. Let's give them lifestyle points. Did we capture the guy? Did we capture... Oh, we got reinforcements as well. Yeah, we captured him. The war's over. Peasant Rebellion crush. Leader killed. Oh, well, actually not killed, but captured. Thank us for a feast? Imported tea. And his service. He will join my court as a renowned physician. Well, he can do other things too with high learning. We can make him stay. We get a little bit more. I mean, we're going to get 63 anyways of legitimacy. We get a little bit of prestige. He gets better opinion. They both get better opinion. This is a better outcome. Our court expands. This war is over. We can sign the victory. Enforce our demands. The peasant faction is disbanded. The leader is imprisoned. All rebelling county have their popular opinion forcibly increase. Everyone will be released, and they will gain pacified, and the rebel faction is disbanded. And you will be rotting in prison. Maybe we'll turn you over, but I don't think so. Alright, we'll take this victory. But the war is not completely over, because we have a second rebellion, the Red Turbans, which has a massive force here. I suspect this is the army of their leader. Not quite. Wait. Those are the allies. Hold on. That is the leader. Okay. So we're pulling the two armies here. And then we have them come down. We crush the leader here. We end this rebellion as well. And then we can finally rest our treasury and get back to the good old times. But that's going to be something for the next episode. We survived through our very first one, first rebellion, or peasant rebellion that is. We're allowed to, no, we're not allowed to hold court. What is the new message here? Wow, we have a new weapon. the new person who was recommended to us has an inspiration just to forge a magnificent weapon. We'll come back to him. I'm interested. I don't know what it is. It's not a hammer. If he makes a hammer, just you wait. But we survived that first rebellion. We know exactly how to take care of the second one. 3,700 troops here in Qingzhou. We will sandwich him from both sides. We even have a little bit of reinforcement here. I don't know who paid for those, but well, this group. And the group that's under attack. Okay, so we'll work together, crush this one, and return the land to peace. And we'll spend our money wisely on things like hunts and see how those go. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!